Well, DC, like Frank Sinatra, this man has done it his way. The former UFC welterweight and middleweight champion, George Rush St. Pierre. A lot of people believe pound for pound, DC, GSP is the best they've ever seen.
Yes, because he was able to mix everything together so well. When he was fighting a wrestler, he was able to keep the fight standing. When he was fighting a striking specialist, he was able to take him to the ground. His jiu-jitsu and just his full-on MMA game was something that we had never seen in the UFC before. Won the UFC championship at middleweight after being away for 4 years. Just showed how special George St. Pierre truly is.
In terms of MMA application of wrestling, no one has done it better than George Rush St. Pierre. George Rush St. Pierre enters the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. The former UFC middleweight champion, Anderson the Spider Silva, is set to make the walk here tonight. This is a man still getting it done in his mid-40s, DC. Proved in the Israel Adesanya fight that he could still hang in there over a hard 15 minutes with the best guys in the world.
Anderson Silva is still able to compete even though he's up there in age a little bit. And that's because of his commitment to the sport of mixed martial arts. He loves competing. He loves the spotlight. Everything that you need to drive you to be able to stay active and stay relevant in this sport, Anderson Silva possesses. Every time he steps foot in the octagon, we get a chance to witness one of the greatest fighters of all time.
And when DC needed an opponent for UFC 200 on about 24 hours notice, the greatest of all time was your Huckleberry. Not too bad. Anderson Silva, once again, ready to engage in a big spot here tonight. All right, now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Now for the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, George Rush St. Pierre! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, Anderson the Spider Silva!
Herb Dean, third party in the octagon tonight. All right, so here we go with round 1 of the super fight that began the whole super fight conversation. Anderson Silva, of course, the naturally bigger man, taking on the outstanding wrestler, George St. Pierre.
George St. Pierre is the smaller guy, but he was able to go up to middleweight and capture a UFC middleweight championship by beating Michael Bisping. Anderson had his hands full with Michael Bisping. What a great fight. Two really, really talented mixed martial artists. Two of the greatest fighters of all time will get their hand raised. Nice shot there by the champ.
All right, so 1 minute into the fight, we've got a full-on brawl here, DC. It's great for the fans, not necessarily for the gas tank if this thing goes much longer.
Not great for the gas tank and not good for the old noggin. You can't take so many upside the head. Somebody's going to sleep.
Great block there.
They're so evenly matched, and they're going tit for tat.
Nice land there by Anderson Silva. Just a true mixed martial artist, has so much honor and respect for the game, and somewhat remarkable, still getting it done when matched up with the best middleweights in the world.
Big punch land. Ooh. It's so clear that the guy that's going forward is the guy that's successful. Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
just over 20 total strikes have landed for Anderson Silva. Oh, nice combination there. He is just killing him with volume tonight.
Jab, right hand, body shot, kicks. What a masterful show of different techniques and ability to throw a combination. Beautiful left punch.
This striker has come out swinging, and he's a very aggressive guy, but you gotta be careful, I would think, to not overextend yourself.
Yeah, you would think you gotta slow down, but not this guy. This guy knows that he can secure finishes on the feet, or he gets taken down to his back. But ideally for him, he wants to be knocking guys out.
Less than a minute now to go in round one. Could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. When you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He's as confused as he was on his first test in elementary school. Big right hand. Another one. Huge knee land.
And now some knees. Second round, straight ahead. All right, that's the end of the round. You see the fighter's got a cut on his lip, not necessarily a Robbie Lawler lip opening, if you know what I'm talking about, but certainly something that could be a source of adversity here moving forward. Cut man in there quickly to try to shore it up. Well, that was a damaging 5 minutes. We'll see how he can recover over this 60 seconds. We'll show you some replays now from that previous round.
He was on the receiving end of some big blows, and he wasn't moving his head well. His head was on the center line. He was a stationary target, and his opponent opened up a nasty cut on him. He has got to move his head to limit the damage that he's taking.
Ready.
Second round here. Effective use of the jab there by St. Pierre. Missed with that jab attempt there. And there he goes, lands another combination. His cardio's so good that it allows him to put forth this type of output and pace.
When his opponent is done at 2, he is stringing together 4, 5, 6 more different strikes. You don't do that without having fantastic cardio.
Oh, effective strike there from the clinch.
Oh! Yep, and he's got him secured in the half guard now.
St. Pierre's looking to pass out of the half guard and attain side control here, but unable to do so.
Now he's going full.
Silva's back in full mount. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard. Nice.
All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control.
Well, side control to me feels like a little bit less control because now my legs aren't really doing anything anymore. Now I'm controlling you with my upper body. So I've got to be very, very aware. It's still advantageous, but it just seems a little more free-flowing than having something like a half guard.
All right, north-south position now. We'll see who transitions first. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
All right, so he gets back to his feet after that extended battle on the ground, and the crowd is loving it.
The crowd's going crazy because they appreciate high-level mixed martial arts, and that's exactly what you just got. Oh, nice.
Well, he's really starting to land a high number of strikes here in this second round. And there it is!
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was just a gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the opponent really saw it coming. So back to the drawing board for him, but for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight. All right, Bruce Buffer has the official decision. Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 7 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Anderson the Spider Silva!
Well, he is still considered by some to be the greatest to ever do it, and Anderson Silva certainly did it tonight. What a performance for the future Hall of Famer. He let his myriad skills take over and made it look relatively easy at times. Big W for the Spider under the lights tonight.